Good morning, Rockstars. This is Lid Shaw from Recording Studio Rockstars, and welcome to 2016. It's actually early January, and I'm headed out to one of my favorite shared office spaces to go sit down and work out some goals for this year. Something I highly recommend that everybody gets a chance to do. I don't know if it's part of your process yet, but taking the time to do some goal setting and figure out what you want to do for this upcoming year can be one of the most powerful tools that you have to take your whatever your dreams are, whether they're music, whether they're your business for your studio, your recording studio, or personal goals. Just take them to a whole nother level. So I wanted to share with you guys 3 easy steps that you can do to make your goals happen in 2016 or in whatever year you're doing it in. So they're pretty simple. Basically, the first one is to take the previous year and go through the goals that you were able to reach and things that really worked for you this past year. So basically to do a reflection of the year before and do an analysis of all the parts of what worked really well for you. So records that you made, milestones that you may have reached in your studio, things that worked and went really well for you that felt like they were goal reaching of sorts. So then the next step is to take a look back at the previous year and make a list of all the things that didn't work for you. So all the stuff that has felt like it just didn't work out, or you kind of almost reached that goal and then you had to bail on it or quit or failed, and make a list of all that stuff. So you've got a list of stuff that's working great for you last year and a list of stuff that has not worked so well for you in the past year. And then the third and final step is to go through and start figuring out what the cross-section of those 2 things are moving forward into your next year. So making a list of goals that you would like to achieve and how those are affected by, as a continuation of stuff that you've done the year before, or how they are a process of either resetting goals that you were not able to achieve last year, or deciding to just let go of certain things and adjust and modify your goals so that they do reflect what you're capable of. Because whatever the things are that you went through the year before, they probably give you a whole lot of insight into the upcoming year. So those are the 3 simple steps. So one specific way that you can figure out what your goals are and make sure you're setting SMART goals into the future is to use the SMART acronym. So that just means making sure that your goals are specific, which means really specifying what that goal is. So rather than saying, I really want to do a lot more running this year, I might set a goal of, I want to run in the April marathon in Nashville. So that's very specific. The first one is general and vague and could mean just about any number of things. The second one is very, very specific, and so it's a true goal. Then you want to make sure your goal is measurable. So measurable means, can you measure it along the way while you're training for it? Can you measure whether it is succeeding or not every day of the year that you're reaching for that goal? And then when you get to that goal, can you measure that you've actually gotten there? So again, a marathon's a great example because you can measure all the training days when you're running. You can measure whether or not you made it to the marathon and measure how well you did. Actionable. A is for actionable, and actionable means that you can just simply take action on it. You can do something about it. So again, training for a marathon, I can take action by writing down in my calendar all the days that I want to run certain miles, and I can also take action by actually running in the marathon at the end. R is for reasonable. So that means, is your goal something that is truly within your wheelhouse of things that you believe you can do, or is it sort of a pipe dream goal? That's the beauty about setting goals for ourselves, is if you set a real personal goal and figure out what Sorry, guys. Stuck at a light here. If you're setting personal goals and you set a goal that truly represents something that you can accomplish, then it's going to be a lot easier to manage that goal and to reach it. Whereas if we try and adopt goals that we see other people doing, those can become unreasonable. Those can sometimes look like things that sound really cool, but they may be outside of our reach. So for example, with the running goal, let's say I know that I've been doing some running. I have run a marathon before. So for me to set a marathon goal for this year is a goal that is truly reachable for me, and I know that it's reasonable, as opposed to saying, you know, I want to run 100 miles. That may be outside my reach. I don't know. And then the last, of course, is time. The T just stands for, you know, timeable. Can you set it on a calendar? Can you measure the time? Can you give yourself a specific length of time in which to reach that goal? So, for example, if you want to say, I'm going to reach this particular goal in 100 days, you set aside a 100-day window, and that allows you to measure the goal as you're training for it, as you're trying to reach it in 100 days. So that's it. SMART goals. Those are the 3 steps for trying to figure out your goal setting for the next year and making sure that you don't just repeat some kind of New Year's resolution that you get rid of in the first couple of weeks and let go as life comes your way. And then also setting SMART goals so that you can reach those goals during the year. That's what I'm off to do right now. I wish you the best of luck in doing that yourself, whatever your version of it is. And I'm looking forward to an exciting 2016 with you. Thanks for watching, Rockstars. Cheers.